Welcome back, everybody. Rudy, hold on, I'm coming. Let me come around here. Alpha Investments. So, seriously, we got an issue here, everybody. Honestly, let me get my chair. This is a high-end chair from a bankrupt store. Hang on. Don't look down my pants. Seriously, high-end video YouTuber. Where does this, fake magic stuff, I get these messages of people saying, Rudy, I was buying a box of Guilds of Ravnica, and I want to keep it sealed. I had a lot of fun with that, with the Guilds and Allegiance era, the Return Ravnica. I said, yeah, it was a great set, fun cards, good rares, good Shockland cycle, got some good spicy mythics, you got the trophies, and Smother and Tease, and all kinds of lanterns, and legions, and okay. And the guy was like, yeah, but Rudy, I think I'm going to go ahead and go locally and dump it. I think there's a store locally offering me $50 a box. I paid $80 from you, and I was like, okay, why? Do you need the money? Something happened? No. Everybody online's telling me that there's apparently warehouses with 1 million sealed boxes of Ravnica and 1 million boxes of Ixalan, and there's 5 million boxes of Dominaria put aside. What are you talking about? 5 million? What? Who comes up with this? Where do these numbers come from? This is a green screen. This isn't even real boxes. Look, these aren't even real. But, I'm saying, I don't know where this news or this information or people make these decisions to collect something or invest in something or hoard something. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these strange, stories or supply information comes out that's so far off. It's not even an attempt to be realistic. And I don't get that. I just don't understand any of this, everybody. You guys really think there's 1 million or 5 million boxes of Dominaria or 1 million boxes of Rivals of Ixalan sitting somewhere? And somebody goes, well, Rudy, I heard there's rumors that there's 10,000 pallets of Core 2019 and Core 2020. What? First of all, hang on. Do you understand what 10,000 pallets would look like in real life? Have you tried to visualize that? Do you know the actual size of a pallet or a skid? And do you know what that would, even if you're not supposed to stack pallets of Magic. It even says do not stack on the pallets. So we're going to assume you broke that rule and you actually stacked pallets. Do you know what 10,000 pallets would look like? Do people actually think this stuff through? Because some of these things are so outrageous. I'm sitting here going, okay, so you think Core 2019 and Core 2020, because they're core sets, they didn't sell good, they're piled up to the ceiling. So you really think, let me help you guys out here. Let me throw you guys a little fun fact here. First of all, Core 2019 is out of print. Sold like crap. Let's see, the best rare in the set was what, $2? Wasn't Core 2019 mythic or bust? I mean, it had good cards, but it was not like some sort of animal where they printed reprints over and over like War of the Spark or Throne of Eldraine. Which even when they do, it still doesn't make a difference. Because the market absorbs it, people open the product is no longer sealed, and it disappears. When that number starts to approach 0, Wizards orders another print run to keep it in supply during the standard time period. So, and you think that when Core 2019 is only in print, remember, core sets have the lowest print cycle. They are literally, when the next core set comes out, the previous one is axed. If there's inventory left, they leave it for an extra few months until it's gone. There's no reprint of a core set even after 9-10 months. It has the shortest print cycle because it doesn't sell as good, but they adjust for the lack of sales by doing a lower, tighter print run so it doesn't make any difference long term. Don't believe me? People made fun of me when I said, Rudy, you're buying Core 2012? I never forget. I literally did a deal with DA Card World in 2013, 2014 for 750 boxes of Core 2012, and I got the price of $65 shipped the box in Core 2012 in 2013, 2014. And I remember the guy on the phone saying, Rudy, I've done a lot of business with you for 10, 15 years, but honestly, this is probably not the best investment. And I said, why? He's like, core sets, they're the weakest part of Magic. Core 2012 was weak. It didn't sell good. I was like, but I want it. It's $65 a box if I buy in bulk from you instead of $70, $80. And, and the negativity flows, baby. And, I'm sitting there going, I don't agree with you. And I'm putting my money down. I'm putting it down. And if I'm wrong, feel free to follow up and make fun of me. Same thing with 2013. 2013 was, I can't discuss that one. That's a strange story. That's a weird gray area. 2014 came around. There's a similar situation with a distributor. And, same thing. There's a bunch left. I was like, give them all to me. Was it now 80, 90 a box? I'll take it. I don't care. Years ago, way before YouTube, way before Patreon, the same crap. Oh, Rudy, there's a ton of these, and every distributor's got pallets, and Wizards probably has a warehouse with this warehouse, Rudy, has so many pallets of Magic, they had to move the pallets of Beanie Babies and Pogs over just to fit the Magic pallets in. What are you talking about? I can make stuff up too. Look, I'm going to make stuff up right on the spot. Double Masters is going to have Force of Will and Karn and all kinds of fake stuff. I can make fake things up. There's going to be Jumpstart with Phyrexian text. I can make stuff up too. Where do these things come from? It's ridiculous. And people making these comments about the core sets. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? You understand Core 2021's exist now? Do you know what that means for Core 20? Do you know what that means for Core 2019? Well, Rudy, but look at the market. They're still pretty cheap. Don't really want them. And, they're not really, it's not really a good product. I really probably not going to buy much of it. Okay, then don't buy it. If you don't like it, you don't like the product. At the end of the day, look, this is a side rant to my regular rant. At the end of the day, if you don't like the set, don't buy it. If you don't believe in the product, don't buy it. If you think VIP Masters is a ripoff, don't buy it. You think Double Masters is full of dollar bulk poo-poo sticks and soggy tacos that are flopped in a basement? Don't buy it. You think Spellbook Gideon is just stupid because it never did anything? It's a waste of money? Don't buy it. Move on. It's not a big deal. If you do like it, and you have a passion for this stuff, and you love the sets and the cards and everything, like I do, and you truly just enjoy it, sure, me and Wizards don't agree. They got all kinds of weird internal stuff, and they got these politics and friends and nepotism and rules. I don't care about any of that. Same thing when it comes to artwork. I like the cards and the art in the game. I don't care about the people behind it. I don't think about it. I try to stay away from it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Elon Musk becomes president. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if literally Pluto becomes a planet again. None of this stuff matters. Let's look at the actual data. Like core sets. The guild, like when this gentleman, back to the Patron at the beginning of the video from my rambles, the guy was talking about this Ravnica, about these thousands of pallets and millions of boxes. It's clearly just made up. Because that's so far, you should have at least, whoever's starting this stuff and making up these things, you should have at least came up with something realistic. I heard Wizards has a couple thousand leftover boxes and they can't sell them. See, now that would be more believable. That would make me say, oh, maybe I should look into that. That would make me more okay, this seems kind of all right, I'll actually spend some time, make some calls, do a little digging, a little double D action, due diligence. Not double Ds that make you go giggity. Due diligence double Ds. Good Lord, my audience. Seriously, I would, but, when you make comments that, Rudy, I can't buy any more Magic from you, but I'm going to support you on Patreon because I just like the videos. It's worth a couple dollars a month. I said, no problem. A lot of patrons don't buy at all. Some people buy everything. Everybody's different. Whatever you want to do, dude, you're cool with me. It makes no difference to me if you buy a lot, a little, or nothing. I don't really care. Actually, there's many times I prefer people not to buy because it's less work for me. And, but, it sucks to hear people make these behavioral decisions and shift their choices in decision making from things that are clearly just made up fake garbage. And, so for those of you who watch the end of this video, which I know most people don't, be aware going into August and by the end of this year, like I said, we have 5 sets being fully cut off of production in August. And by the end of the year, once the market fully realizes it, and by mid to end August, when I can, per my agreement, I can disclose and talk about it in further detail, I'm going to discuss this, but a lot of people are going to miss out. And these are all sets that everybody feels is either printed to oblivion, it's a waste of time and everything. But there's 5 products that have been slowly dripping out of print that are now fully gone. And there's even 1 or 2 that are one is particularly really is going to be a market mover. And I don't think people are going to be ready for it. And I think people are going to do the typical, oh my God, I didn't see this coming because I was angry and rah, rah, ree,